Now I keep seeing kind of this ghost image. You see when I float my cursor over and I see the old blue lines of where things were that's still sticking out. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I'm going to delete it because when you live trace, sometimes it provides extra tracing results. So I'm going to zoom way in. It may do it twice over. This happens all the time. Zooming way in, I'm grabbing the old yucky, tracing result, and I'm getting rid of it. So you may have the same issue where live trace gives you a duplicate of certain shapes. Now again, to move around and not zoom out, I'm going to use the space bar. Now if you're in type, that doesn't work because it just spaces it. Oh, there's another one. The old one, I delete it. Now those are either white tracings or they are filled with none. So, and they're right on top of the other one. So it's even if I did go to view and outline, it won't show doubling because they're right on top of each other. So I'll go back to view and preview and it'll show the artwork. Now I do go to view outline often to clean stuff up. Now this part of his beak needs to be pointy, so I'm going to pull anchor points or handles to the point where it comes to a point. There we go. That looks pretty good. And again, I'm not paying attention to the straight line. I am paying attention to the curved line. What does this look like when I've pulled it out? So I'm trying to be careful not to get too crazy here with that. There we go. That looks pretty nice. Now I will hit Command minus a couple times, back out, see if that looks organic and natural. It seems a little bumpy there. So I could also just choose to delete this anchor point, and that worked out pretty well. I'm going to hold down the space bar. I'm going to move things around, clean up some more. And I don't know, it's just evidently with that live trace option that we used, it just does little things like this. It's in its nature to make our corner points a little off. Okay, so I'm smoothing things out. And you want to do this by hand. There is a smooth tool, but you want to do this by hand because a smooth tool doesn't know what things look like when it's over, when you smooth things out. So even though you may know a little bit about Illustrator and know about some of those tools, or you find the smooth tool, it's not really that reliable. Okay, so let's say this is cleaned up. Now what I will do is I will go to File, and I will save this as an Illustrator file first off because I want to keep it. I haven't saved it yet. Now if I'm running between computers, I can save this as an older version. Let's say I've had CS5 somewhere else or CS4. You can save backwards. So if you're running between your home computer and you have CS6 and maybe a school computer that has CS5, you can save backwards. Now I'm going to keep it in CS6 though because I have both CS6 in my office here and at the office at school. So I've just saved the Illustrator file. Now what I want you to do is go to File and Save As. And you also want to save your work as a PDF. So for the format, I'm going to go to PDF. I'm going to save it to the same place. Now usually I'll create a folder and I'll not leave it untitled. That's really a bad idea. So let me put it as Bird PDF. Untitled is very bad. Now the Illustrator default setting usually is okay. I'm just looking to see if there's anything that for the PDF. I don't need crop marks or anything. So I'm just going to leave it, save it as a PDF. Now, the cool thing about PDFs in Illustrator, they are editable, meaning you can reopen a PDF in Illustrator and edit it. Now I'm going to close this, and I'm going to rename the AI document Bird, because that's just good habit. And I might even create a folder called Digitize and Vectorize. And that way I have everything organized. Now, you will upload the PDF, but just to show you, let me go back to Illustrator here. Just to show you that the PDF is editable, I am going to drag it to Illustrator, or I could go to Illustrator and go to File, Open, and get it. But you can still edit things. So this is really a pretty cool, really cool deal. Now, the nice thing about Illustrator files is they're very small. This kind of file is very small. It's not pixel based, so these will post really easily on Blackboard. So this is 295 kilobytes, not megabytes. Megabytes is, the first one, Bird AI, um, it's 1.1 megabytes. Now that's pretty big. Now it still has the link to the image that I placed in there, this image right here that I have on the desktop. This no longer has the link because we deleted all that extra stuff, and it's only 295 kilobytes. So this is a very small file, and you can upload it through Blackboard and turn it in. Now I will do one of these for each of the symbols, clean them up, and then I will upload them through Blackboard by clicking on the link in this week's document, or this week's course material. Well, I hope this proves to be beneficial to you. I know I have an audio recording, but you can really do some great, beautiful things by hand, bring them into Illustrator, and modify them, and they end up looking really professional. So thanks, and have a good time digitizing and vectorizing.